All right, let's just jump right in. Trump 2028? You've probably seen this floating around, and yeah, he's been dropping some pretty major hints. So today we're going to break down what's being said, what's actually happening, and, most importantly, what the US Constitution has to say about all this.
And hey, before we dive deep, if you like getting straight to the point, do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. Okay, let's go.
So this whole idea of a third presidential run, where is it even coming from? Let's look at the actual comments and, the merchandise that's got everyone talking.
And look, this isn't just speculation. When he was asked about running again in 2028, Trump himself said, point blank, quote, "I'm not joking." Super clear. So, what are these hints exactly? Well, for one, Trump 2028 hats are a thing now. We've seen them at events. He even showed off a 4 more years hat to world leaders. But the big one, he's claimed that there are methods to get around the term limits. Yike.
Okay, so all of this brings up a massive, flashing red lights kind of question. Isn't that just straight up illegal? Can a president even do that?
To get to the bottom of the legal side of things, we actually have a perfect example. A recent and kind of awkward interview on Fox News where this exact issue came up with someone who would definitely know the answer.
So picture this. Bret Baier is interviewing Supreme Court Justice Amy Coney Barrett. They're talking about her new book, and then bam! Baier switches gears and brings up presidential term limits.
After Justice Barrett basically confirmed, yep, there's a 2-term limit, Baier pushed a little harder. He asked, you think that's cut and dried? And you can just feel the subtext there, right? Everyone knew what he was really asking about.
So how does a sitting Supreme Court justice handle a question like that on live TV? Well, her answer was incredibly direct, and it all comes back to one very important document.
She didn't give some long, complicated legal speech. She didn't dodge. When asked if the 2-term limit is basically set in stone in the Constitution, she said one single word, true. That's it. The simplicity of that answer says everything.
Her answer points directly to the 22nd Amendment. This is the part of the Constitution we're all talking about, and it was put there for a very specific reason.
And the amendment itself, it couldn't be clearer. It says, and I quote, "No person shall be elected to the office of the president more than twice." It's not really open to interpretation.
Now, a lot of people get tangled up thinking, oh, it's only about consecutive terms. But nope. The text doesn't say that at all. It just says you can't be elected more than twice. Period. End of story.
But why do we even have this rule? It wasn't always like this. So let's do a super quick history lesson to see where this all came from.
It all goes back to Franklin Delano Roosevelt, FDR. He got elected 4 times. After that, pretty much everyone from both parties agreed that was maybe too much power for too long. So Congress passed the 22nd Amendment in '47. The states ratified it, and by 1951, it was the law of the land.
Which brings us right back to today. If the law is so crystal clear, why are we even having this conversation? Is he serious, or is this all just a big show?
And this is where it gets tricky, because we have 2 totally different stories. The official White House line is that he's just trolling critics, getting a reaction. But at the same time, Trump himself keeps saying he's not joking. So which one is it? So that's the real question, isn't it? Is this all just a big joke to get people fired up and annoy his opponents? Or is this a real plan to actually test the limits of the Constitution? I really want to know what you think. Drop your take in the comments below.
And that's our breakdown of the whole third-term debate. If you learned something, hit that like button and definitely subscribe for more explainers like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.